Hey, I'm NichBoy and welcome to Pocket for Monday the 30th of May. Today on the show, No Man's Death Threats, Corpse Golf, and this week in games. Alright, here's what's been making headlines over the weekend, and on Friday night, rumors of that No Man's Sky delay were confirmed. The sandbox game was set to launch on the 21st of June, but Hello Games' Sean Murray confirmed that the team would not meet that date. On the PlayStation blog, he explained that some key moments needed extra polish to bring them up to our standards. As a result, the launch of the game has been pushed back to the 9th of August. Murray went on to say, "We understand this news is disappointing. Making this game is the hardest thing I have ever done in my life. But we are so close now, and we're prepared to make the tough choices to get it right." And fair enough, but some people didn't take too kindly to it, because this happened on the internet. Over the weekend, Murray tweeted he had received loads of death threats, but don't worry, Hello Games now looks like the house from Home Alone. #pillowfort. Moving on to better news, and Total War Warhammer is selling fast. Developer Creative Assembly has said their latest title sold over 500,000 copies in the first few days, making it the fastest selling Total War game ever. The game is currently the third most popular game on Steam, sitting at around 100,000 concurrent players, placing it ahead of Civ 5. And if you missed my struggle to learn how to Total War, there's a link to that video in the description. But speaking of games I can play, Arkham Knight looks like it's set to receive a Game of the Year edition. While there's been no official announcement from Warner Brothers, online retailer Amazon Germany may have spilt the bad beans. The website showed box art for the game and listed it was due out on Xbox One and PS4 this July. There was no indication that the game would be coming to PC, but after that first PC release, I wouldn't be surprised if they just cut their losses and run far away from that diverse hardware ecosystem. If this Game of the Year edition does turn out to be real, it would be the second Batman release in the same month, as Warner have confirmed that a Batman Return to Arkham bundle, which includes upgraded versions of Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, is coming out on the 26th of July. And Fallout 4's Far Harbor expansion is sluggish. Bethesda's RPG is targeted at 30 frames per second on both the Xbox One and PS4, and it did a relatively good job of hitting that point in the main game. However, when roaming around the vast island of this new DLC, the PS4 version reportedly takes a big performance hit. The folks over at Digital Foundry tested the zone and found that the game was sitting closer to 20 frames per second and dropping down to 15 frames per second at some points. The game runs a little smoother on the Xbox One, so it's likely that a patch or two will bring the PS4 back up to speed. That's the news, which means now it's time for Thing of the Day. That's how the show works. NichBoy out! The Cotty is a confused hitman who understands the importance of stealth, but finds the glory of explosive action irresistible. Well, necessity is the mother of ingenuity, and Cotty has found a way to combine the two. Oh, that's a hole in one. NichBoy out! Alright, it's This Week in Games time, where I'll be letting you know what's happening this week in games. And let's start, as always, with the NPD stats for the week ending the 22nd of May. And number 1 on that list, Doom! Number 2, Uncharted 4, A Thief's End. And it's interesting that these two titles have actually switched places. Last week, Uncharted 4 was on top, obviously. A reason for this could be that everyone who was going to buy Uncharted bought it on the first day, but there were no reviews for Doom before the game came out because they hadn't sent out press copies. So people were a little hesitant, and the game got pretty good reviews, so everyone was like, yeah, I'll Doom. Now that I've draked, I'll Doom. And then maybe Doom will finish up, and people will go, yeah, I want to Drake again. Maybe it'll be back on top. Number 3, Fire Emblem Fates, The Collection. Number 4, Homefront, The Revolution. Number 5, Fire Emblem Fates, Birthright. And wrapping up its conquest of the top 10, number 6, Fire Emblem Fates, Conquest. Number 7 on the list, GTA 5. Number 8, Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Number 9, Ratchet & Clank. And number 10, Valkyria Chronicles Remastered. Dropping off the list this week are Battleborn, and It Will Never Be Seen Again, Minecraft, and I believe for the first time since they made the list, Dark Souls 3, Tom Clancy's The Division, and Far Cry Primal. But they'll all be back in the top 10 next week when the 3 DS games drop off, as is their want. See you soon, guys! Let's move on now to all the good things that are coming out this week, starting with May 31st, which is Tamoz. that way. You can get Dead Island Definitive Edition on Xbox One, PS4, and PC. You played it 5 years ago, now finally, play it as it was intended. And speaking of 5 years too late, the Elder Scrolls Online Dark Brotherhood expansion drops for PC and Mac. What's that? You played the game on Xbox One and PS4? Well, that sucks because you get it on June 14th. But if you own a PS4 and you're waiting for that expansion pack for the MMO that PC players are probably already finished, then you can pick up games that have also been released on other platforms before you. Like third-person MOBA Smite, action platformer Shadow Blade Reloaded, and real-time strategy game There Came an Echo. But then everyone gets to share the fun with the third chapter of Hitman set in Marrakech and The Witcher 3 Blood and Wine expansion hitting all your favorite black boxes also on May 31st. On June 1st, we get stripped down RTS Aurora Lux Constellations, and you can start a virtual bar fight in Pool Nation VR for the Vive. June 2nd, the PC gets another RTS Brigador, which leaves early access, and Turmoil, which is an adorable look at the beginning of an industry which will one day kill this planet and all life on it. But Wii U owners also get to join in the fun of buying things other than their console, because they can pick up platformer Kick and Fennec also on June 2nd, a day before it comes out on Xbox One and PS4 on the 3rd. But you are going to have to kick Fennec quickly, which I do assume is the plot of that game. Because Dangerous Golf ruins everything in its path on Xbox, PS4, and PC on June 3rd, along with Elite Dangerous Horizons for the Xbox and One Piece Burning Blood for Xbox, PS4, and, joyously, the Vita. And finally, on June 4th, Kickstarted RPG Anima Gate of Memories drops for PC, and Hard Reset Redux is a souped-up version of the original 2011 game, which will hit Xbox One, PS4, and your PCs. Alright, that's it for today's episode of Pocket. My Pocketeers, what in that list tickles your fancy? Or is there something we actually missed? Let me know in the comments, and while you're there, please suggest a good talk-through topic for tomorrow. Not one of those shit ones you always send in. One of the good ones. Really think about it for a second. And while you're on the internet, check out Good Game on Facebook, YouTube, and iView. Want to meet fellow Pocketeers? Then join the Pocketeers Facebook group and the Steam group. You can follow Good Game on Twitter at GoodGameTV. Follow Pocket at NichBoy, at Pierreth, at GG@Monkey, and at Samkey. There are links to everything I just said in the description below. Today's Thing of the Day graphic comes in from Tea and Biscuits. And I guess the Soviet Union is a bit of an improvement from Nazi Germany. But if anyone can let me know what movie he stole the credits from there, I would really appreciate that. All right, that's it for today's episode of Pocket My Pocketeers. NichBoy out. Mwah!